Yo, it's your boy Fredro Starr.
It's your boy Jonny Vulgar, and we here with
Snoop Dogg in the house, bitch.
Rappers and ballers.
Rappers, ballers, rappers. She looking for the stars and the Hollywood actors. It's not a game.
I look back at those events, man, like being at the A's games and being at the Raider games and being like a little dude, just a vendor and shit, hustling, trying to make a few dollars and shit. A lot of them dudes that was there, like you talked to my man Richie Rich. He was working there with us. It was a lot of little D-boys that was soon to be little kingpins.
You had the entrepreneur shit with you.
Yeah, it's just because you was your own broker. They give you this tray of sodas and say, bring the money back. That's you know.
That's like free living. That's like the first intro. Because in New York, we knew you from selling your shit straight from the cars.
Yeah, that's
like,
how,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm always like that exchange. Like take the motherfucking cassette to the fan and go here. And I seen motherfuckers selling mixtapes outside of grocery stores, but that's not what I was doing. I had a piece of paper and a pen, and niggas taking orders in the hood saying, "Man, I want that one tape." And I'm like, "All right, man, I'm gonna call you back tomorrow." What? Yeah, I was taking orders. I wasn't like going, "Hey, man, try this out, man. It might be dope." No, we never did that.
So you was doing it on some real exclusive shit.
But how were you getting them? You were playing the music?
I had a rap partner named Freddie B. Freddie B was born and raised in West Oakland, lived in East Oakland, which is, if you know Oakland, it's a small city, but that's saying a lot. Yeah. He was born on one side, grew up on the other side. You got family there, people there, you good. So Freddie B was good all over the city. Plus he was a few-time juvenile offender, which that really like I'm telling you, man, that little bitty thing of just a couple of stints in juvenile make you know every little nigga in the city. So we really had that little walk-up privilege.
Right. So he was that guy.
So we got music, and the music is good. He could walk up, it's 15 niggas selling dope, he know 3 of them. We good.
Hello.
So from
so
there,
and they got money. And then once you talking about
once you sell it to the dope dealers, guess what they doing? They putting it in the cars.
Yeah.
Now they drop. Now they
got the best shit.
That's your marketing.
Yeah.
Now everybody want that. You know what I'm saying?
I remember them days where you would hear the new song in a car. Just shit.
That's when niggas had loud systems too.
Well, shit, you probably got a car now. Niggas on foot still experiencing that. We all experienced that shit, but now they used to do that though. They still do that.
The system was the thing like back then. Like if you had that booming system, like you know what I'm saying. But were you in Oakland when the A's won the World Series?
Oh yeah.
With the earthquake and all that?
I was in Oakland. I was at the gas station that day. The fucking earthquake hit. It was game 1. I was there.
God.
Yeah.
Now I've been in LA for a couple
so
years
was
now.
the earthquake the same day as game 1?
The game.
It's like if the Mets and the Yankees played.
Yeah.
And then some disaster happened right. They about to start game 1. I don't even think
they
the game
played San
started.
Francisco.
I think they were just warming up. It was about to start.
The Battle of the Bay.
Was that a big earthquake? The big one?
That was the one that tore up shit. People died. People got trapped under the freeway. The bridge collapsed. It was a fire out there.
I remember that. Because we was in New York looking at that shit like, yo.
Yeah, where the shit was wiggling. The bridges and something, right?
Like fucking 10, 20 seconds and shit. Just
so you remember that shit vividly that day?
I was at the gas station pumping gas, and the pump went dead. And the shit, it was shit.
You didn't have to pay for the gas you pumped.
It was shit in there that fell off the shelves and shit. And it was like, okay, whatever.
Damn.
Then I went back. I left it from the hood where the homies was at. When got gas, came right back and was like, man, you know, earthquake, something. They was over there, something like, yeah, we felt that shit. And then later that day,
right?
Because you know the earthquake didn't really do shit to the hood,
right?
Then later that day, I get home. This old school answering machines. My answering machine is my mama back to back to back. She panicking. She didn't see the shit on the news.
Are you okay? You
yeah.
alright?
I'm like, what? Turn on the news. It's a fire. The bridge done collapsed. I've been kicking it all day. I didn't know none of that shit happened.
Mom, what you talking about?
Young nigga, man, in the street.
I've been out here a couple years, so I've been through only like 2 earthquakes.
Video games?
The first 2, I ain't feel shit. But one, I was on a rooftop. Well, I swear to God, I didn't know what to do. I was like, should I jump? Like, this shit was wiggling. I'm like, no, I ain't going out like this. Like, I ain't know what to do.
So what happened with the World
Series
Series then? They stopped the shit?
Nah, they played.
They played that day?
Not that day. But they don't ate the series out.
Okay.
The fucking bridge, man, the bridge that take you from Oakland to Frisco was broke for hella long. You had to go what was a 10-minute ride turned into a fucking like hour and a half.
Damn, nigga, I would have been like, just put some boats out that motherfucker. Take a ferry or something.
There was ferries going across, but shit, that ain't gonna.
But you see, now look at that. Since it's the Battle of the Bay, it's two cities in the Bay. It's not like they could fly over to New York and play. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's 2 cities in the Bay? What do you mean?
San Francisco and Oakland.
And
They played each other in the World Series. The Giants.
Oakland is only population 400,000. We just lost our football team and our basketball team.
Yeah,
but
that's fucked up.
For so many motherfucking years, little ass Oakland had an NBA, NFL, and a Major League Baseball team.
Fire.
But you know why? Because you got teams. Sacramento is close too, right?
Sacramento about an hour and a half, not quite, about an hour 20 minutes
And then
drive.
San Diego too, right?
About San Diego down there.
It's the other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frisco is right there. Frisco and Oakland is 10 minutes apart.
California got 3 teams. That nigga.
But I'm saying,
California's
we
the
just
whole
the
East
Bay.
Coast.
I don't know how the Bay got
It's like from New York to
the Bay got 2 football,
Georgia.
and two basketball teams. I don't know how we got that shit.
Damn.
Because your city is live. Even when your teams, because you always
I gotta
have
go
for
to
a
the
while,
Bay.
'cause
Man. I gotta go check out Dope Era and all that. You know what I'm saying?
we gotta
My nigga Mr. Fab, yeah.
Yeah.
we gotta
check
talk
that
about
shit
the
out.
Warriors. Because Warriors always had a squad.
I didn't wear this on purpose, man. This just was my
Yeah.
fashion for the day.
You stay repping though.
Word.
But you was around Run TMC era.
Yeah.
And then the Believe squad.
And the droughts in between them shit.
And the drums, I ain't want to say them. Your best player was Marshall Lonis or something.
No name.
Nah, y'all had Weber, y'all had Mitch, y'all had a squad. Timmy.
Yeah, we
Chris Mullin.
that was my favorite up
Chris
until
Mullin.
and of the last run they got, the Steph Curry run, the first one was my favorite, the 2015, because it was such a sleeper season.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't even get a highlight on ESPN. Every series was like Warriors finna lose.
Yeah.
Then when they won, it was like, oh, they won because the other. It was excuses and shit. I remember they said, man, there's no way a first-year head coach is gonna win an NBA championship, and there's no way
I'm glad you brought that up,
a
bro.
jump shooting team is gonna win.
Yeah, they changed the game.
And then they said the Warriors got both of them.
Yeah,
you know they ain't gonna win.
Right.
Yeah.
Just eliminate them on just
Yeah.
on just factual facts.
Now, how did you feel about that though? Because us as New Yorkers, I was a Warriors fan because Mark was over there.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I was rooting for because
That's
I
how
wanted
we-
the Knicks to hire
right.
Mark.
Well, he gave the team the
Gave
character.
the blueprint, no?
He gave them the character, and we were mad. I'm gonna tell you, Warrior fans was mad.
Hey.
We mad they picked Steph Curry over Monte Ellis. They was mad. The fans
What?
was mad. They had 2 point
You
guards.
gotta think, Monte
Monte
Ellis
Ellis,
is killing.
but wasn't he older than Steph Curry?
Yeah, but he was better.
He
at
was
perceived to be
killing.
better at a moment.
So whoever made that decision,
Was smart as fuck.
Yo, what
It was
happened?
probably
who made that decision?
GM, Mark
And
Jackson.
then they,
That was a
and then
great
they got
move.
Clay.
Great
And
move.
It changed the world.
Cause Steph Curry is a
The whole
little
NBA
dude.
temperature.
Like you wouldn't.
So it was a lot of
dangerous.
fans.
He had bad ankles.
Yeah, a lot of fans were like, man, dude with the bad ankles, and like they really was like thinking that shit. He changed that shit quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then
so Steph got bad ankles.
and
he
then
had
they was
bad
mad.
ankles.
The fans was mad again when they brought in Steve Kerr.
He
Right.
breaking more than him.
And then you kind of, They're getting the ass
Oh,
whooped
look,
right now.
the Warriors is on right now.
I put that on so y'all can talk about that. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, but
yeah, we are
He
live.
yo, they playing. He got the
studio.
jacket on. It just happened. You know
Just
what I mean?
happened.
The fans was mad about Mark Jackson leaving, and they was mad about Monte Ellis a little bit. A few fans, some people knew it.
Yeah.
You might go talk to Mr. Fab or somebody. He like, no, I knew.
Right.
Who is the biggest Warriors fan? Is it Fab? Is it E40? Is it?
Well, E40 and Fab don't argue about biggest fan. They argue about who was sitting down on the floor at every game first, who started it, and then.
I mean, I think E40.
I would say
I mean-
E40.
No, Mr. Fab said he was at games and E40 was nowhere in sight.
Wow.
Before the
Shot.
and then they argue face to face.
Yeah.
And then 40 like, man, blah blah. I was there, you know, this and that. They go back and forth, but they came up with a name. 40. His name is Front Row 40.
Oh shit.
And Fab goes, man, why would you steal my name? I was Front Row Fabby years ago. And they really got a stall made on just who made up.
It's like a
up
friendly
front?
rivalry.
I would love to see them. I would love to see.
We gotta
Mr.
get them
Fab,
both on the show, you heard?
Mr. Fab and E40 arguing. I would
Yo,
love
let's
to
go
see
to the
that
Bay and make it
about
happen.
the Warriors.
It's
I would love
funny
to see
and
that.
it's friendly, but it's not.
I want to see this shit.
My
For
favorite
real.
Warriors team was that Matt Barnes,
So them was the thugginest Warriors. Them was the thugginest.
It was hard.
Them niggas went to the
They
club.
didn't even have no center.
Them niggas went to the club after they lost a game. Oh, they
And
won.
celebrating like
It
they
was a party. Them niggas was
They was celebrating like they won.
they became locals. They had like family and they was a part of it in the
Steven Jackson.
in the street niggas.
They was in the hood. They was in the hood.
We just fucked
Crazy.
with them. They ain't have to be in the hood. They could be wherever they wanted to be. They was cool.
They was just hood niggas.
Yeah, they was just cool.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was cool.
Allegedly.
Oh, fuck that. That
NBA
nigga
ain't
smoke
clear.
mad
They ain't
weed.
clear bud yet. Shit, they're good now.
That nigga own weed companies.
I know this dude smoked bud. Steve Kerr. He definitely smoked bud.
We got
He
this
had no back
Ellie on
problems.
over here.
Yeah, speaking of
Remember
bud,
we
shout out
had
to our
BD, man. We had
sponsors.
Baron
everyone.
Davis, man.
Oh yeah,
He
Barry
was
Oh,
good with them boys.
Diddy was,
Yeah.
man. When he dunked on Karolinko, that was one of the illest dunks
His
ever.
handle was
Playoff history.
crazy.
He would have his own little 20-man crew.
Yeah,
Word? Word.
because he's from LA, no?
From LA, so his boys was like, they was making that trip to the baby a home game or something.
Right.
He had a little mob with
Hey,
him.
shit, you know everybody on the same team, right? Team
Yeah.
Warriors, shit.
Shout out Elion, proud sponsors, Elion, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Get the Fly Gear 20% off Rappers and Ballers promo code.
But yeah, we had some boys over the years, man. It's just, I
Yeah.
think, you know, when it was like Chris Webber and dudes like that passing through, I think we was running that little farm cap kind of
You was giving stars away though.
vibe. The Warriors used to be famous
Loaded.
for having a player for 2-3 years and then he could become a star right when he leaves.
Let me put it like this: Avery Johnson was like the third point guard on their bench. He went over to San Antonio
Yeah, had
and
a
won
career.
the chips. You know what I'm saying? Like
Chips.
he was like the fifth
But
point guard.
but
Yeah.
Avery was
getting off the
perfect for
bench.
Tim Duncan though. Like they were perfect for each other.
Him and David Robinson and all that. He was a little general.
David
that little
Robinson,
dude.
yeah, my bad.
Clippers used to be sorry too.
Yeah, they did. For a long time.
Clippers was always sorry.
And then Sacramento was good as fuck.
Very good in the 2000s.
That's
They
who the
got
Lakers competition used to be. The
What
rest
they had in Sacramento?
Mike Bibby,
it was
Doug
Weber and all
Christie.
them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, even when they had
Didn't they have Vladdy
White
for a while?
Chocolate.
They had Vladdy for a
Yeah,
while.
Vladdy.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
Jason Williams was at the point guard. Then they replaced him with Mike Bibby, who was killing. They had a solid squad. Stojakovic,
Mike Bibby
Turkoglu.
still playing in the league.
And it was
the Ice
loaded.
League and shit, right?
Christie, you know,
shooters.
all that.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
shooters, bro. They had Stojakovic and Turkoglu.
They took the Lakers to 7 games in the Western Conference Finals.
Yes, sir.
And then
That's when
Go
Shaq
ask-
was calling them the Queens.
go ask Weber right now. I think Sack was up about 20. Fourth quarter or something.
Threes.
Kobe Shaq.
A lot of whistles, yo. A lot of whistles in that game and the Blazers game. I can't talk about this. I live in LA now. These Laker fans are rabid, bro. Just imagine if the Knicks were good. We would have been shitty fans too.
What if Shaq
I'm
had a
a
three-pointer?
Knicks fan, bro.
Oh, that's
I
a
boycotted
good
them
one.
for the last 5 years until we get rid of Dolan.
Shaq had a 3-4.
Hey, man, I say, okay, this is what I said.
Part 3.
I didn't ask anybody this as a question. I said this as a statement. I'm like, this is it. This is fucking it. Right now,
This-
coming up out of this fucking fake ass last season NBA and this kind of weirdo season, Knicks fans is next year is fucking Nets fans. Fuck that.
We're flipping.
Fuck that.
Hell
You
yeah.
can't stay off. You can't stay off.
Hold up.
You can't stay off through
I'm
this.
from Brooklyn. Let me
They
get
went and got
that.
KD. I was
can't-
like,
Oh, now you from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, you
Oh, now you from
who
Brooklyn.
got some peoples over there?
Hey, man.
I mean,
You
I do
gotta
freak
go.
with
You
Barkley.
gotta go with Brooklyn. I don't
As a
give a
Knicks
fuck.
fan, I'll just be like, man, fuck the Knicks. I would quit right now. I would just quit.
Fuck
Would
the
you?
Knicks.
You ain't quit none of the Warriors years.
Oh man, I'm just saying that we used to have some light.
Yes.
Little
We
bit
haven't
light.
had it since like 94, 95.
But we didn't have
Those 90s teams were hard.
We didn't have a motherfucking team across the street that came
Yes.
with James Harden,
Hell
Kyrie
yeah.
Irving, and motherfucking
They in
Kevin
New
Durant.
York. They just in Brooklyn.
And that's
You
why I
know what I'm
boycotted,
saying?
because they ain't go over there because of Dolan. I know that.
Hey, the
That's why I'm fucking doing it.
the hardest I wear Knicks shit every day of my life, Knicks fan. The hardest fan is at home right now rooting for the Nets.
That's right.
He ain't doing it out in the open, man.
You right about that.
Like, we got still New York, son. It's still New York.
They got Basquiat jerseys and
This out
shit.
here.
They got jerseys like this. You heard?
Somebody
I'm like,
Some really reputable New Yorker need to say, Knicks fans, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay, y'all. Let's ride.
it's gonna have to be
For the
spicy
city.
from Brooklyn.
Because I'm going to tell you, I grew up all my years
Right.
as a fucking Raider fan.
Right.
And the 49ers is over there winning more chips than us.
Right.
Yeah.
If the 49ers win or they make it to the Super Bowl, I'm rooting for the 49ers.
It's the consolation
I'm rooting
prize.
for the Bay.
You gotta, you know what I mean? It's like, what else you gonna do?
So you got some Raider fans in the Bay going, man, I'll fuck the 49ers. Fuck them.
Right.
And vice versa. But I'm like, man, if the Bay is going for the chip, We was at the chip last year in San Francisco.
So,
Like,
so
look,
Oakland just lost the Raiders. Thank you, brother.
I'm not a 49er fan.
Yeah.
Right.
But if the 49ers are playing a game against whoever, I'm rooting for the Bay.
got to.
It's like
That's like New York Mets. You know,
All right,
like
now let me tell you why
Yankees,
that don't work with the Mets.
Why?
Why we don't do that?
Okay.
Because Mets fans, as a Yankee fan,
'Cause Yankee
are
fans-
unbearable, and we're unbearable to them.
So if Yankees lose and the Mets is in the World Series,
Yes.
and you're from New York,
Me
you're not
personally, I'd rather have New York win.
but you're not gonna go. You're
But
not
my
gonna,
Mets,
for some reason,
homie,
baseball
so
run a little
annoying
deeper though, man. Even with the A's and the Giants,
because it's
and
an
the
old
Bay-
sport, I think.
even with the Cubs and the and the White Sox,
Southside,
it's like
yeah.
you can't have two baseball teams.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baseball's an old sport. That's why that shit runs deep. Like your grandfather put you on.
Well, you know-
Basketball, you put yourself on. Basketball is hip hop.
That's
you know what
the
I'm saying?
old
Make you
American
fresh,
sport.
you know?
Next door to the stadium.
Shit, the worst emotional shit is being a football fan because your team ain't never gonna hold on. That's the football
We
fan.
play in Jersey.
Man.
I'm a Giants fan. We play in Jersey.
All our teams is in Jersey.
Yeah.
And they both from New York,
They
and
try
they
to
both
put them
play
in
in
Long
Jersey.
Island, but they ain't
They're like,
passed those
New
shit.
York too expensive. That rent, you know how much that
Hell
rent is?
yeah.
Shit.
Almost did it though.
Huh?
Yeah.
When they put the highlight at.
That shit,
Yeah,
at least have one team in New York, not both teams in Jersey.
They should
That's
just go
crazy.
up.
That's what they
Upstate New York.
Nah.
Why not?
Buffalo up there.
I'd rather that's Canada. I'm talking
Man,
upstate.
cut the,
Like,
po-
Albany.
cut the politics, man. They just be
Mount
trying to
Vernon.
get away from the niggas,
Right,
man.
right.
They be trying to get away from niggas, man.
They trying to get away from that.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, if you can.
They were gonna put it on Long Island.
If you got to remodel. But if you can get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But most stadiums is in the hood though, right? Like or real close to
They
the hood.
was in the
They
hood
was?
and they all trying to wiggle.
Inglewood.
They tryna
is a
wiggle,
perfect
man.
example. Showtime Lakers were in Inglewood.
If you can't,
Like hood motherfuckers was sneaking into the game.
if you can't move out the hood, then you gotta squeeze the hood back a little bit.
Yeah, back them up.
Or you could do what you did in Brooklyn and just
Starbucks.
Take the whole city.
gentrify the whole
Starbucks.
thing.
Starbucks.
Get rid of you motherfuckers. 18 Starbucks on one block, and we're gonna put the bar.
We just opened the grid up a little bit. Just gotta back up a little.
Now, Raiders are in Vegas.
I'm still on board.
Still on board. Why wouldn't you be? Vegas is lit anyway.
Raider and Vegas is full of Oakland residents who relocated, as well
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
the tons of LA Raider fans
Yeah.
who relocated to Vegas.
Which
So,
got
so
no
a lot of
parking
Raider
lot.
fans
Ain't no more
relocated
tailgating.
because of the football team.
No, I think
No,
they were already
just
over
because
there.
of the real estate cheaper and
Okay.
you get just get
Vegas
more
was
for
one
your
of
money
them
right next
spots.
door.
Right.
And then like your hometown might be wild. You're like, man, I'm moving the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, you know the Bay. You know the
So
Bay.
you
yeah,
moving.
yeah.
Now all your Oakland gear is vintage, which makes it even flyer. You know what I'm saying? They still go be
shoot,
something.
I said I would never wear Las Vegas Raider gear. I probably won't ever do that. But my homie made some Lost Oakland Raiders club.
Lost
Close.
Oakland? That's ill. Instead of
L-
Las
LAS.
Vegas, Lost Oakland.
And then
I
I said they should have named the team the West Coast Raiders, but they didn't listen to me.
That would have been dope because now
Word.
that would have been dope
Yo,
because
yo.
that would have consumed the whole West Coast. That's
yo
you
shit.
told them that.
Yeah, they wouldn't listen to me.
You told the GM that.
Hip
No,
hop runs the
I
world.
said it out in the media. I just
Oh.
put it out there, like, but they had it been. You know what? It was no choice because the
Right.
city of Vegas put up a lot to get
Oh,
that
oh,
team.
okay.
And Vegas, that's like you investing your money in a chick.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
You better
And
put
that
our name
stadium
on
looked
that
like
shit,
a
motherfucker.
spaceship.
We give you the money for this shit.
That stadium looked like a
tattoo my
space.
name on
a
your
spaceship.
back.
I want every player with a Las Vegas tattoo.
We own you, nigga.
Nah, but you saw the stadium draw?
Nah, I ain't see this crazy.
That shit look like
It's
a
got-
fucking
look
alien
like,
shit.
Look like Darth Vader designed it.
Yeah,
It look like
word.
this studio.
It looked like Barclays on steroids.
It looked like Darth Vader's helmet.
Word.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it looked crazy.
Wow.
But they be wearing that. You know,
I like the
Darth
Raiders. The
Vader
Raiders
helmet.
give me that
feeling.
that onyx, that grimy shit.
Come
The
on,
Raiders
man.
always been the bad guys though. The colors, like when we was in
Black
New York,
and
we
white
liked the
patch.
like niggas was wearing Raiders
Yeah.
shit.
I see that in a lot of old hip hop videos
Yeah.
and just
Running
interviews
Rebels
and
too.
shit.
Right.
And just motherfuckers be just Raider
Hip hop
colors
had a
or
connection
Raider hat.
with the Raiders for so like we did.
NWA made them famous.
Like New York
to us.
Yankees.
You know what I'm saying?
New York Yankees, like nobody watches New York Yankees, but niggas got that Yankee had his hip hop. I don't give a fuck. Like it's for some reason niggas
sir.
rock that shit.
I know a whole bunch of niggas that ain't from New York that religiously wear Yankee
Yeah.
hats.
Yeah, they be rocking Yankee hats. This is part of
Oh, wait, that's
hip hop.
Steph Curry.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Certain
my
shit
God.
like Adidas. Like we, like what the shit we brought to the game, the shit that short Run DMC. I want to talk to you about that too. What y'all brought to the game, people still doing. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all set trends for a lot of this fashion shit. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. And that shit is ill because I came in the game with Jam Master Jay, and I know you toured with them a lot, right?
I did some shows with them. Not way back in the day, but later.
Wasn't that your first show or something?
No, my first. No, it was a Russell Simmons show, but it wasn't Run DMC on. It probably was like Houdini headliner or somebody like that. But it was definitely like Eric B and Rakim and Public Enemy. Right. That whole wave of.
Oh, you from the late '80s.
From the later when I got like 92, the first Run and then Run, I was in the audience. Right. Watching. But when I got my foot in the door, man, it's a few cats that was like, because the old swag was, I'm with my crew, y'all with y'all crew, they crew over there. Niggas ain't talking to each other. Like it was just like
how was it?
This is like
He's even with you, Hollis and Jamaica. Like, it wasn't really.
I went on the tour with LL, man. We probably said what's up once.
Damn.
The whole fucking tour.
That's how it be.
But
too,
it wasn't disrespectful. It was just like
everybody handling their business.
What we do, man. It's like it was the old rap swag. It's like nigga, we are a unit. We too. but I'm gonna tell you though, Jay was not like that.
Right.
Yeah. Jay was not like that. Jay gave you the time. He was bigger than you.
Right.
And he came over. He just chop it up, kick it.
Did you smoke with Jay?
Yeah, everything.
That's what it is.
But he,
you know what I mean? It's that thing that connects
us.
But
he wasn't being faking it. He was just like the kind of dude that just like he was everybody's homie.
Right.
Cool as fuck. Like for real. Yeah, for real. I used to fuck with Houdini and them too. Them dudes was like that. But a lot of cats, Chuck D was like that. Yeah. But a lot of cats just wasn't.
What's a long hair? You know what I'm saying?
We was on rapper shit, man.
Yeah. So you was representing the West though. I know they was looking at you like, yo, this kid right here is dope. Like,
you get backstage. You get backstage. You're looking at it's 7 groups on the bill. Right. Everybody back there, they got their little look and shit. Everybody's laughing, and you thinking like, man, I just gotta go out here and do the best shit. I'm pulling out. You just thinking your shit. Yeah. Somebody like, man, they can't dance like me. Somebody else like you can't DJ like me. You gotta be in your shit. I'm like, I'm like a game. I'm gonna rock this fucking crowd.
That's how hip hop was, man. It was very competitive and very,
it was fun like that.
Yeah. All right, so speaking about that whole competitive nature, you just had a versus. And that thing went viral. I just need to know, what were you thinking? Because I saw you laughing when E40 started. I don't know if it was Soulja Boy.
We didn't do no preparation, no planning. It was part of the deal that it wouldn't be of like a battle,
a beef,
that we was gonna play as sort of like a fun thing,
showcase.
We kept calling it a celebration. But I said, if you fucking give me any talking points or tell me the structure of how it's gonna go, it's gonna fuck me up. I'm not gonna be able to do it because I can only do this thing right here. I can only do it in real time, like real life.
Yeah, it's it, natural.
So this nigga, I didn't know he gonna fucking dance and all that shit. Like
show me, right?
So I brought a few little couple of perks and shit, and little things I was gonna do, like just little moments. But I was like, I don't know what he's gonna do, but I know him so long that I know he's gonna do something.
He's uncanny.
So y'all, if you watching, he dancing and doing all this shit. Like he hit me like about 5 times. Yeah, so he doing this shit,
and he was focused.
I'm supposed to be like watching. But I gotta step off camera, nigga.
Yeah, live.
Nigga, I'm crying. At one point, one of them dances, I was on the floor crying, and he at the end of the song, and it's my turn. I'm like, nigga, I can't stop laughing or stop crying.
Yo, he be in the
zone.
E40,
yo,
man. E40 is a legend. He be in the zone. I love that
like,
shit.
Ooh. And then I saw a short in the back. He was like, "Oh shit!" He spun off. Like he said, he got off camera. I'm like, "Where the fuck he go?" I'm like, he's dying laughing over there.
That versus, that shit broke. Like the numbers was crazy. Right? Like how many people tuned in that shit? Like
we got a lot of impressions, a lot of fucking, lot of views. We didn't have the biggest number of live viewers. Right. But later on, it got a lot.
Wait, all that shit.
They did it on a night where there was a big fight or something, no? There was something else going on, I think.
It was cool though, man. It was cool because
I remember.
Cause I mean, bro, I gotta shout out Swiss and Timbaland, cause Swiss Beats and Timbaland, cause
shout out to Swiss.
The way they explained it to me, I didn't really want to do a battle rap shit. Right. And the way they explained it to me about bringing the the light of the story of our area to the culture and telling them our version, the originators. You know what I'm saying? Bay Area rap.
That shit was very dope.
They had the street sign.
That was
Oakland.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and then we bring the shit. We do it. Like I didn't want to do it, and then I did it, and it just brought all this fucking like love and awareness and just you know what I'm saying? Like
you saw that shit like you saw that shit was ill. So after y'all did that, y'all got the new joint together, right?
We,
I'm not gonna do
timed,
it, right?
We timed it. Ain't gonna do it in terms and
gonna do it,
conditions.
yeah.
We timed it so they would drop on the same day.
We ain't gonna do it.
And
That
then
shit hard.
and then we realized we both was dropping some shit on the same day, and we like, fuck it, let's just make it so if they buy them, they get them both like it's a bundle. So when you find one, you find the other one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we
Has
just,
it always been like that with y'all?
Nah, we just
Y'all was beefing back in the days?
So
or-
could we
Oh,
get?
no, have we always been cool?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we always been cool. 'cause-
Okay.
Can we get 12 of those? A short E40 album? Can we get 12 of
word,
those?
that hasn't happened?
Can we get
Wait,
12
what?
of those in the tour? What we doing, man?
Word.
Well, you know, me
240.
and 40 joined up with Ice Cube and Snoop, and we
Wow, I heard about that.
we just recorded a bunch of fucking songs. That's we're probably gonna drop the first volume
Hold
one.
up. Did y'all hear what? Did you hear what the fuck he said?
Fredro moment.
Right up.
Ice Cube. No,
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Ice Cube, Snoop, you and 40.
Yeah,
Short
the
Dog.
Bay in L.A. clicked up together.
Damn.
And we
All right.
like,
Is this a rumor or this is gonna happen? Like when can we?
it's done. It's called Mount Westmore.
Oh,
and it's,
shit.
The foundation is laid.
Mount
He
Westmore.
said it's done. How the fuck y'all pull that shit out?
Mount
Wow.
Westmore.
That's gonna be crazy.
Are you
though.
kidding me?
Like we literally recorded the last I counted it was 47 songs.
Ain't that something? 47 songs?
And they keep making them.
I can't deal with it.
Johnny this morning.
Yeah.
The rim shop in the back in the day.
Oh, word. Well, he was telling me about some rim shop on where was it?
Peachtree and Ralph
Oh,
McGill,
Peachtree,
man.
Yeah, Atlanta.
The infamous rim shop, man. You know
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I got there, Eric Sherman was already there.
Eric Sherman.
Another LI vet. Long Island.
Red Man, Keith Murray, they all pulling up.
More.
Fucking Tupac was around, pulling up to the shop all the time. It was a rim shop with a studio in the basement, and a whole bunch of niggas hanging around at the back door.
Yeah.
A
And
lot of
just
people came out of there dead.
fucking Cheeks used to come up there all the time.
Crazy. So
That's
that's
him.
so that was the same rim shot with Eric Sherman
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
Sherman.
I'm
Shout out
in
to
there. I
Sherman.
was in there.
EPMD.
no doubt.
You was out there too?
No
Okay.
doubt about it. I used to hang at that motherfucker. I never fucked with the studio.
Right.
I was the back parking lot niggas.
Shout out to Tim behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
It's my dog.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Eric was
crazy.
in the A. He was in the A early. I remember going to Eric Sherman. He had a big crib in the A. He was
That nigga was my neighbor. My house was 5 minutes from his house for years.
Niggas looking at fucking squirrel, like raccoons and all types of shit. Niggas was in the woods.
Your backyard be
That's
trees.
when
Your
they took
backyard
that
be
Trees
trees.
in the backyard. I'm like, God damn, this is
Shout
a
out
big
to
ass
the
crib.
Cascades. That's what.
Cascade. We both lived on Cascade.
Oh, well, Cascade?
Straight up.
Yeah. I don't know where the fuck we was at. I know that shit was big as a motherfucker. It was mad people in the crib. We had a good time, man.
So,
That was wild.
speaking back on Oakland, we got to keep everything Oakland right now. Andre Ward, did you
Yeah.
go to any of his fights?
We went to all the fights that he did
Yeah.
when he was promoting his fights,
In Oakland.
promoting his own fights at home
He was
in
there
the
for
Oakland
that.
Coliseum.
He was up for that.
Started off with little crowds and built that shit up to where it was a big fucking deal.
And
for
people
the-
used to shit on him like, yo, you got to fight outside of Oakland to get some money. He's
and
like,
they-
fuck y'all,
yeah,
I'm
they
the
told him
champ. Y'all coming to Oakland to
He
get this.
kept all his fights in Oakland?
Later in his career, he had a lot of fights in Oakland.
But he
and
didn't
people-
go to Vegas and let them pimp
Yes.
him out.
Right.
Yes.
That's
He
all.
kept it home.
He never
and they-
had that big fight.
And they
Yeah.
said you're making a big mistake, and in the long run, it paid off.
And he retired undefeated. I think 36-0. And he's a cool dude, solid dude. Every time I've been around him, he's been a
That's
solid gentleman.
that's what he had, that
He a
love,
street
the
dude,
love for
though.
the town. The same way with Marshawn Lynch. You see him walking down
Oh,
the
there
street,
you go.
riding a
That's
bike
another
down the
one.
street, and it's like
He's so Oakland.
I never got to the point where I felt like my career put me in a place where I was bigger than Oakland or bigger than
Right.
just my homies from who I came up with and shit. Just, park the fucking car, get out the car, and go in the fucking 7-Eleven, go in the restaurant, go whatever.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
But no, that
You know
speaks volumes of Oakland too, because they're giving them that respect. A lot of cities don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It'd
certain
be jealousy, a
people-
lot of
certain
jealousy
people-
and hatred.
certain
You know
people
what I'm
certain
saying?
people could command that. It's the difference. You gotta
That's
be
true,
a
too.
certain type of person to demand that. You know what I'm saying? And get that.
You just got to be really from it.
Right. You know what I mean?
Just be really from it. It's always you. Tretch is not from New York City, the five
Jersey,
boroughs.
Yeah.
The most fun I ever had in New York was hanging out with Tretch. That nigga took me to every Brooklyn, Harlem, and all
was
in
good everywhere.
all
He
in
was
the
running
weekend.
around.
Middle of the night, we
Just be
somewhere.
ripping and running though.
I'm like,
Chesh my dude, man.
same thing with Keith Murray. He from Long Island. That nigga pull up in the city.
Yeah.
And he go places. I'm like, let's go.
Y'all was sitting in the clubs in Manhattan?
Who's from Long Island?
Keith Murray.
Oh yeah, he's from
Keith
Seattle.
Murray took
I'm
me
from
to the
Long Island.
he took me to the fucking tunnel.
Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta talk about this.
Did he put hands on anybody? Because he was known for that. He was known for putting hands on your favorite rapper.
What's that?
Oh yeah, I believe it.
I hung out with this nigga all day.
Shout out to Keith Murray.
I hang with this nigga all day. We get to the tunnel. They have the most extensive search you ever seen in your life.
Man.
They
Take
were
the first
one.
one.
That's what I
They
heard.
stick your tongue
They
out.
made you take your shoes off?
Man, everybody going in that motherfucker. They checking your
They
inside the
didn't
belt.
make Too Short take his shoes off.
I was with Keith Murray.
It don't matter. You the god, son. That's fucked up, man.
We get inside. Guess what this nigga do? Spit out a razor blade. I'm like, what? We been hanging all day. We ain't went to no house, nowhere. Like,
Cheap
bro,
that.
you ate earlier.
That's funny.
Like, nigga, where
You had a meal with the blade in your mouth.
Where did you get, like...
You just got mouth searched getting
Yeah.
to the club and you got a razor blade?
Shout out to
in
Keith.
your
You had
mouth?
that the whole time? That's
Turn
funny.
up, Keith.
So, yo, when you went to the tunnel, how, like... Because people don't know what the tunnel was. Like, explain it.
I missed that.
That was a big ass club. The way I remember it, I went there like twice. It's dark as fuck. And it's like you walking past packs of niggas that look like there's no regulation. Ain't nobody gonna tell. It's just and you walking past niggas that look like they fighting each other, but they together.
They might fight each other at the end of the night if they don't find someone else to fuck.
Hey, you don't know, because niggas was like lightweight, like they push dancing and shit too. So you don't know if it's a fight. You don't know what the fuck it was.
It was rowdy.
Yo, what's crazy about that shit? Like,
Then
clubs
it's a real
get shut
fight.
down every
It's a
week.
real fight right there, and nobody gives a fuck. So,
Yeah, it's like,
If I'm Master Flex is like, Too Shorts in the building, yo, give Flex, how he was doing the rest of peace, the big cap. The tunnel was crazy.
Yeah.
he brought me
I
in.
missed that whole
Me and
hour, man.
Keith Murray went up to the booth, said some shit on the mic and shit one time. But nah, the tunnel was like, man, don't be in that motherfucker by some kind of accident and they sniff your ass out. That's the wrong place.
I
You
heard
better
some
be in
crazy
there with the
story.
right niggas,
You ever
though.
heard the story about Fat Joe over there with Big
tunnel?
Pun
In the tunnel?
and Mike Tyson?
Oh, yeah.
That's the story.
Yes,
Fat
sir.
Joe, Big Time.
Yes, sir.
And Mike Tyson.
But yeah, the
He
tunnel
said
was good.
they were scrapping. There was an altercation because they were checking his shoes, like the crazy check, and Pun wasn't with it. He's
That's
like, I'm too
ill.
top flat, and then they got into a brawl with the security, and Mike Tyson the way Fat Joe explained it, he was like a good neighbor. Stay up with Mike Tyson for a street fight, and he came out, he kicked his shoes off. He said, "What's up, Joe?" He started going on,
I heard about
and
that.
they started chasing security. Could you imagine if you could have anyone in the street fight? Who's not gonna pick Mike Tyson? Like, yo, I'll take Mike. That was
ill.
But
That's
the tunnel,
ill.
I missed that whole era. I wish I could have
He was
seen
too
that
young.
shit.
Who would have thought you
Too
would
young
have
for
been in the
that
tunnel?
shit.
I saw Tupac in the tunnel too.
Yeah.
Tupac was
Shout
in
out
there.
to Tupac. You have a picture. You said that was the illest shit because he wearing a Too Short shirt.
Yeah, that's
You know
How was your relationship
Shit
with
in
Pac?
the
Because he was
whole
from the Bay, right?
Yeah, he
Marin City,
came up
he
in the
came
Bay.
up there, yeah.
Right. So when you came,
I'm the big homie. They always ask me about Tupac and all. I'm like man, literally,
right.
I start this little hustle selling these tapes. I come across this my homie Dean Hodges. He got a label. He got money. He putting out records. I'm putting out records. I'm doing this shit. Niggas is little kids.
Right.
These niggas is like in 6th grade. I'm like right around it. I'm 54.
No, how old was you when you was doing that?
I started when I was like 18, 19.
Damn, you young.
These niggas in like 6th, 5th grade. I'm like doing grown man shit out
ripping
in the
around the
streets.
You was already rocking.
Then
He's off the court.
I get my shit out, get my own independent label, sign a job. I'm going platinum. These niggas are still kids.
Yeah.
When
Like,
you was
I'm-
3 years older than Pac, because you 3 years old, no, 4 years older than Pac.
Yeah, Pac came in with Digital Underground. He was a little homie in
He was
that
a little
clique.
homie, yeah.
So at the same time, me and Shock G is getting on. And Money B and Pac was like the little homies in the
Little
crew.
niggas, right.
Shock was my homie.
Right.
And I even got like footage of at a Too Short party, Shock G is doing me a favor. He like going around being funny and he dressed like Humpty Hump going around the crowd with a camera doing some shit. It's on one of my DVDs. And Tupac and Money B, they the little homie, back when the Humpty dance, they be in the back doing the Humpty dance.
Right. He was a little nigga.
I didn't even know till years later that was Tupac. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
He more than grew up.
the little homie. So,
Yeah.
he quickly made a name for himself when he came in on that Digital Underground song. Same song.
Yeah.
All around the world.
He
same
bounced
song.
killed that.
the way he bounced on
He
it
had
was
8
like
bars on
he
it.
bounced on
Power
top
with
of
the
the beat,
underground
you know what I'm
girl.
Then
saying?
he
So-
started busting
When I come
videos
around,
on my
man.
homie's car. Brenda's got a baby. He was immediately
Yeah.
Tupac. He did his from nobody to somebody was a quick.
Oh,
It was
wow.
quick. So,
Right.
so you know,
was
but still,
instant.
when he was Tupac, and everybody was like, "Man, that's Tupac. That's Tupac."
He was still the
He was
little
still the little homie.
Yeah.
When he was Tupac, to me, I'm like, "Oh, that's Pac." Is when the fucking he came out of jail from New York,
Yeah,
and then he
yeah,
had Suge giving him the
That was
I'm like, okay.
that was like the Bionic Man came out of jail.
Yeah,
you
that
know
was-
what I'm saying?
yeah, that was-
like that was like
That was a different level.
iconic. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
gave him them tunes too.
and every
They gave me all that
Beats.
fucking
right,
inspiration.
inspiration, what you go through in life.
I mean,
brings
you
out-
gotta. If you
Tupac was
ever,
on death row for 9 months on
but if you ever put yourself in his shoes at that moment, so
Right.
he's about to go to jail. For
He's in jail.
No way. He's about to go to jail for a rape that all he did was the homie. I don't know. They was at the hotel. Somebody fucking.
regular smuggler shit.
Yeah, she didn't get pinned
You
down.
know what it is with that, yeah.
He went to jail for rape because she said, "Oh, he told them they could fuck him."
Yeah.
That's how he went to jail.
That wasn't even his
so
charge. It was like
Right.
a fondling.
You know what it was?
charge,
He was a
some weird
stand
shit.
up nigga. He didn't want to like talk.
So
and
he
put-
about to go to jail for this shit, and then he gets shot,
Right.
and he go to jail, and he just like, can you just imagine all the combination? And he sit there, what he said there for 9 months, what was it? Like,
couple
Yeah, he was
months.
in there
It was a couple
no,
months
he
in
was in
Clinton.
there for a minute. Yeah, in Clinton.
but I'm just saying, man, can you just imagine all the shit? You got a nigga like Suge in your ear going, nigga, when you get out, nigga, like,
Yeah.
that's just fuel.
You're gonna jump in a Rolls
Nigga,
Royce.
nigga,
we're
word,
gonna
you
take
come
over
out
the
to
world.
the
And they
Rolls
did it.
Royce, the
It's
whole
one thing to
LA
say
behind
it.
you.
They did it.
Man, the man made a double album. They say in like 2 days or something.
Yeah.
That was the most incredible album
Yeah.
ever.
Like the album went
love
down
it.
and like
I love that
it went down that fast. So
Yeah.
I just that was a different, you know, my little homie from the Bay
Right.
used to run around with Digital Underground, you know, Pac. That was
It's crazy, man.
See, so you're OG the Jay-Z, who people call it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when he did that shit, when LeBron was going at it with Deshaun Stevenson, when he was on the
I
Wizards.
was on Jay-Z album way the fuck back when.
Right, right.
I've been on probably like 3 Jay-Z.
Yeah,
2
yeah.
I was in a
For sure, he always showed love,
mixtape
though.
or some shit.
He's a
He
big
always reached
kid,
out.
see?
That's how I found out about you.
Yeah.
Just to keep it real. He's just a New York kid, like, oh shit.
It was all
like,
good.
yo,
It
it
was
was
all
like-
good a week ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
word.
That verse was
He was
crazy.
just the first nigga that came along.
You came to New York and recorded that verse?
I didn't even rap on It's All Good week. I'm on the hook.
You just on the chorus.
I say it was
But no,
all
but
good.
you recorded on it though, right?
But the one that really got him was that Biggie song. The world is filled with pimps and hoes. That's the one that got
All
me.
I know.
Got me in like
Make it hot.
Brooklyn niggas start going.
Fuck with
Yo,
short.
yo, respect, son. You know what I mean?
But that's a big thing, especially back then. Like, New York was trying
Hey,
to
man.
strangle whole shit. They
I was in Atlanta. Walking down this little back staircase at a nightclub, and this nigga was just out by myself, just dipping from upstairs to downstairs, and this nigga was by himself.
Jay?
This nigga.
Regular.
And nigga was like, yo, man, and Big had just got killed and just got, he was just buried. And nigga said, yo, man, he stopped me. It's me and this nigga on the back. Ain't nobody in the club. You can hear the muffled. This nigga like, he said, man, I'm from Brooklyn. And he said, tonight, if a nigga say the word California, I'm gonna kill that nigga. He said, but my man Big always spoke highly of you.
Wow.
And I'm like, nigga, to me, that was always like,
it.
that was like the things you do in life come down to these one little moments
Yeah.
Wow.
of such importance that I could have did so many things. I could have been like a nigga who was
crazy.
some old bandwagon ass nigga, East Coast, West Coast, nigga. Oh, fuck, I could have been all.
Right.
But the path I chose and the
The way you did it.
Organically. Just
that moment.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know who that nigga. That nigga might have been the coldest bare hand killer. That nigga might have had a knife.
He probably was.
Yo, Big, like, so you had a relationship with Big too?
I mean, that was my guy.
That was your
I mean,
guy?
the way I got on the records with him was he approached me,
Right.
and we became friends. We smoked, we kicked it,
Right.
and then he told Puff to get at me. He said, "Man, I want to get short on the song." Puff, and Puff don't ask questions.
Right.
He just caught Big
Yo.
Big one showing the song, man. We got a flight for you. We got to. Puff don't talk.
He
He don't
call
talk.
you for a favor, act like he's doing you
He's
a
like,
favor.
But he don't talk in questions. He just don't ask questions. If you know the nigga don't ask questions.
It's like, you gotta go.
So
I
I gotta
go.
fight for you to get on this record, and you're gonna do it.
Wait, like, where you going? Gotta go. It's over.
We're sending it over now.
The flight is already booked.
So you was in the studio recording? Cause see, these people nowadays, they send
fly
verses
over
back.
Go
and
to the
forth.
studio. It's Daddy's house, Puffy studio.
Yeah, 45th Street.
Yeah, so we go to the studio. Puff is in the house. He's showing us a song. Puff is on the first verse.
Right.
Carl Thomas is on the hook. They already got the beat, the hook, the first verse is on there. Puff is, bragging a big. Before that, Puffy's history as a rapper was Big's first album and all the little ad-libs he was doing on other niggas' songs.
Right.
Even on Big's first album, what he got one little part or something where
He
they let
wasn't
you
really rapping.
Yeah,
He
talk
started
shit.
rapping later.
He got like some, any one of them songs
No
he
Way
talking like he
Out.
on the phone or something or
Yeah,
something.
he was talking shit.
Yeah,
yo,
so-
big.
So he was proud.
Right.
He playing that shit.
Cause he got his verse on there like, Big probably
Yeah.
wrote this shit too. You know, Big wrote that nigga some
Word.
big shit. He
So-
caught the pocket too.
If you go back and listen to The World Is Fair, you can hear Puffy getting through his flow. Like
Right.
he spit it, but you can hear
Yeah.
like this is
He's working his way through it.
Yeah, he's becoming a rapper, or artist.
Right.
But he was proud of it.
Yeah.
And then Big, because I hadn't really been around cats who was like doing that no pen and paper shit. Everything was always pen and paper. You see a nigga sitting there writing,
Right.
Yeah.
and nigga be like, let me in the booth.
So you can attest Biggie was not right.
No, he didn't write
was
shit.
in
And there
there.
was a lot of talking, and he
Right.
was talking, and everybody was
crazy.
talking, and I was just tripping on motherfuckers like, I'm ready. I hadn't even started.
So he was actually making it in his head. You saw him like
That's what I think.
mumbling and shit like
No,
that.
it wasn't. I didn't know this shit.
Nothing.
He just said, I'm ready.
Wow.
And he said he was like doing some bragging shit. He was like, watch this shit one take. And he was like, when that Remy than my sister, ain't no. And he stopped. And he said, do it again. And the next take, spit that whole fucking verse.
Niggas
Hello.
was like, oh,
Hello.
emoji like this.
Hello.
But nothing.
And then you did
The studio went crazy.
You go crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, now you been on songs with
You
niggas.
got the whole Junior Mafia
So-
in there, you know what I
30
mean?
cats.
So y'all doing a song and then somebody so it could be your own group member come out and everybody like, ooh, you
Yeah.
like fuck, like that's pressure.
Right.
Like a motherfucker. I'm like, I only have my one homie with me.
Hope he was loud.
And I was
Yo,
just
my
like,
man, hold it down.
my nigga gave me the coldest game. He's not a rapper, he's
He's
not
a
an
live
artist.
nigga. He had to be a live nigga, though.
Yeah, he's just my nigga, street nigga.
yeah, street nigga.
And I said, damn, that nigga like murdered that shit. I was like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? Like,
Said, nigga,
so the
do
whole
it
song
short
was
too,
done.
nigga.
Now my nigga said, listen to the song. I was like, what? He's like, the song, the hook say, the world is filled with pimps and hoes. I'm tell you about those I know.
Right.
And he said, neither one of them niggas rapped about pimping. I was
Ah,
like, bling,
there
bling,
you go.
bling. I said, I got to bring the pimping to the song.
A
Oh.
whole different
'Cause
angle.
everybody spit it, but they really didn't get into
Right.
pimping.
So
And,
you the perfect, because you brought pimping and hip hop, right?
yeah, and I was like,
Right.
I was in awe of it. The song was done. Biggie just
amazing.
murdered. I'm like, I'm off balance.
Right.
My nigga like, nigga, just listen to the hook.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I
So
know what to do.
See, this is exclusive
Put
shit right
the
here.
pimping in it. So that's why I talked the pimping shit at the end.
Right.
Was to just make the song.
That's what makes the song though.
Right.
You
Because-
did a ditty.
No, but see,
That
whoever
that
your
shit
man
talking that
was,
motherfucking-
whoever his man was that guy. Because he hit it right. Listen to
Kept
the
him grounded.
fucking hook. You know what I mean? Like,
pen.
because the way you came at it made you you fucking.
You gotta think about it. They
Stand
called
out.
short. They called
They
you.
said-
Like, yo, we need you for this
I'll
record.
tell you about those I know. So all I had to do was tell you a story about some pimps and hoes I know. So I literally just thought of a real
story.
Oakland story.
You know that, right?
A real Oakland story.
See,
boy.
the Bay is known for, it's known for that. You know what I mean? So
The Bay's known for everything. I'm trying to tell you, they got undefeated boxers. They got
Good
football
Chinese
teams.
food.
They got 400,000 people in Oakland, and you was in the beginning of the biggest movie in history. Come on
Black
now,
Panther. Hey,
Black Panther.
don't leave out Tom Brady.
Wait, he's from there?
Tom Brady's
Fuck
from
Tom
the
Brady.
Bay.
From the Bay.
He done won so many champions
wonder.
in fucking Buffalo.
No wonder.
I mean, fucking
New England.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers too.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, that dude.
The Bay.
Produced them.
Motherfuckers be talking sports.
The
Like
Bay's
I be
like
talking to somebody from Chicago
Yeah.
or Texas.
Yeah.
And I be like, man, everybody we contribute to like professional sports. Like you be somewhere and be like, well, How many motherfuckers from your state, Florida, is in the NFL? There's probably more motherfuckers from Florida in the NFL than anybody.
Right.
But I'm like, nigga,
How many
y'all
in the top 10?
Y'all put in the most. We put in like
The greats.
We put in like legends.
Yeah.
Legends.
Yeah. Nah, come on. You got the two.
We like
those
Ricky,
quarterbacks alone. You really
we like
are
Ricky
gonna see
Henderson in baseball. That's base shit. Gary,
Ricky, is he from there?
mm-hmm. He from Oakland.
And he
I love
played.
Ricky
He played in
Henderson.
Oakland for years.
Gary Payton from Oakland.
Gary Payton's that dude. Come on now. Shit talker.
Jason Kidd from Oakland.
Yes, sir. Jason Kidd was it.
Nah, I'm about to whip in the whip.
Yeah, we gonna
We
smooth it out.
But yeah, nah, the Oakland. You cool with the bandwagon fans? Cause Warriors got those now.
Yeah,
So crazy.
I mean, you had to expect it, man. 2015, like back to that shit.
Yeah.
That shit was, I mean,
Epic.
Yeah, to see. Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you, the Warriors, you had to get on the bandwagon, bro.
Yeah.
Like we squeaked through that season. Every playoff round looked like it was a goner. We was goners. We wasn't gonna get through it. And then fucking the next season starts, and we come in on about a fucking 20 games something.
Y'all had something. Y'all
Yeah.
had something.
And then everybody's like, "Oh, the Warriors are a team." Then it was.
That's what it was.
So you didn't expect that from them?
I was on the ride, man. We on
Right.
for the ride.
Right. You
And
never
it's
know
like-
until it happens.
And like I'm gonna get up and watch all kind of sports shows in the morning, and I'm like, man, they ain't showing no love. We did such and such last night,
Yeah.
and the shit don't even make the highlights, the top 10. It wasn't Splash Brother
Right.
praising. It wasn't none of that
None of
shit.
that
2015.
The key to that season though is the dollar.
The key to the season
yeah.
was the bench, the whole bench.
Yeah.
That bench, the bench was a team.
So not the coaching?
It was Mark Jackson.
Yeah, it was.
It was his culture. It was culture.
He got him there.
But
with
they
the-
had
with
two
the will
teams.
in the fight, yeah.
They had two teams. Like literally, the bench team was better than most teams in the NBA.
That's
Right.
a fact.
So they
And
had
shout out to Mark early. Said I got the best shooting backcourt in history.
And
They looked at him like he was crazy. Yeah, they laughed at him crazy. And now that's beyond. That's it's
They
not
changed
debatable
the way
at this
basketball
point.
is played.
Yeah, they did.
I used to see Steve Nash at them Warrior games. Like, what the fuck you doing there? He was like Steph Curry's little private coach.
Oh, word?
A word?
Yeah.
Steve Nash could shoot.
Like,
He
I don't know
just
if
wasn't
it's
a
like
trigger
he
happy
was in there doing something.
That's ill. That's ill.
And now he's the coach of the Nets.
Let's see.
So who you got winning it this year?
Well, we would love to see a healthy Nets versus a healthy Lakers.
Brooklyn!
Fire. New
but
York versus LA.
If you're a sports fan, we know that never happens.
Yeah.
Let's hope AD is
What's up?
alright, man.
What's supposed to happen never happens, so we know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's never a perfect season.
Never. Well, who do you want to win?
Let's see. Let's look at all these teams.
Of course,
Let's
the
see.
Warriors, but we know that's not gonna
Ain't
happen.
gonna
this
happen.
year.
Well, the Warriors, man, I'm a realist. And the 2 years without Clay, I'm a realist.
Yeah.
We're a whole different team this year with Clay.
Yeah.
With Clay, we
Of course.
we can
And then
linger.
he gets hurt.
We
first
keep lingering in
fight.
7th, 8th, 9th place. If you look at the Western Conference,
Yeah.
Right.
4 from Portland down to fucking like 9,
The West is loaded though.
they all 1-2 games apart.
Now they make the Oakland jerseys when they leave Oakland.
And put Oakland on the floor. That's so
on.
disrespectful.
Come on, what is wrong with these people? Are they trying to pay homage, maybe? I guess.
But in a disrespectful way, because
Yeah, like why you ain't do that before? Why you put Oakland on the map before?
they
Like,
left all the Oracle fans and employees got left in Oakland.
Word, they ain't even bring them over type shit.
The prices went up too high, and a lot of employees didn't
Because
get.
of the new stadium?
Yeah, and a lot of employees didn't get the new jobs.
That's fucked up.
You been to the new stadium though?
I went to game 1 and said I don't know how many more I'm gonna go to, but I went to game 1 just to
Just to
say
see
it.
it.
That's
Yeah,
fucked
just to
up.
be-
But you know, with the
there.
coronavirus now too, it's empty as a motherfucker, right? Or they letting people in there.
It was last season up until the shit shut down. It was regular,
Yeah, it was right, yeah.
and then
Shit.
They
feel
lost
like-
last game in Oakland.
I feel like it's gonna come back. Clay is the Warriors missing link.
He is the missing link. As long as they
yeah.
keep, as long as they keep.
We would-
If they had him,
We would probably be a 3rd or 4th seed, right up in there.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know if
sure.
that team we got would be.
People
Fucking
think
with
like
AD
KD
LeBron.
made the like
this year,
casual-
No, he helped them.
Who do I really like
he
this
made
year?
him, took him over the top like it was
They
unbeatable.
don't need more than Clay though.
I like that Brooklyn team, man. I don't know if I'm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm a
They
ride
don't
with
play
them
defense at all, bro.
I'm not the.
I think in the East Brooklyn got it.
James Harden just fucked with the Warriors so
He
much,
was a beast.
It's hard to like turn and then.
He's crazy. I mean,
Oh,
He- like,
I
he- yeah, he just
understand.
went
He was
out
like a rival.
Yeah, he just.
So you can't root for
I like James Harden the guy, but the basketball player.
Yeah.
he's a motherfucker.
Yeah, he-
Killer.
He put a lot
He's
of
the point guard on that team.
killer.
If
A lot of
they
machetes.
gel,
Right.
it looks like they're about to gel during playoffs.
They
you know
already
what I'm
gelling.
saying? It's
They
one of those
gelling right
teams.
now. They
you know?
already gelling. They
They don't
moving.
play no defense though,
Yo,
bro.
before we go, man, what's poppin', man? What you got going on? Because
like I said, I feel like this hip hop thing, man, is it has so many different looks that hip hop takes on, so many different responsibilities, and you know we keep trying to put hip hop in a box and be like, this is my hip hop, this is what it really is,
Right.
and it never works like that. And I'm at the age now where it's starting to become important to me that people quit shitting on the little young homies and what they doing,
Right.
and that people keep shitting on the OGs and what they doing, because this is hip hop.
Right.
We in an industry that nobody ever told us what the fuck we could do, and nobody's ever gonna tell us what we could do. So I'm like, you can't tell the little homie how to make his fucking millions. He getting millions.
Right.
You can't understand what he's saying? So fucking what?
Right.
He got a million fucking fans and they love his shit. And the music is hot and you dance to it and then you talk around and want to tell somebody else it's garbage.
Right.
I don't believe in that shit.
Right.
I believe it's really hard to make a hit record. That's what I believe. Then on the other end, you got motherfuckers throwing them statements out, man, get your old ass out the way, man, the old ass. And I'm like, bruh, I have never had a day job, ever.
right.
Hip hop fed me since high school. It's been feeding me since high school in a good way. And you wish that you could be a young rapper that knew you had my future. That
Look where we at right now.
You're gonna be 50 fucking something years old doing the same thing you did when you was a teenager.
That was a jewel right there.
Let me tell you something.
They don't know.
He want to be humble. I go, can we do rappers? We'll do it over there, so we don't have to go no crazy. He was like, I called it a compound. He goes, yeah, we could do it in my studio. This ain't no fucking studio, dog. Like, this shit got sections upon sections upon sections. We in a section
like
right
said,
now.
Respect the youngins. So you got some new acts coming out, some youngsters.
Yeah, I have this place because I like to help people, you know, producers, artists, directors, just get everybody together and work.
That's dope.
But the thing I'm doing right now, I'm focused on is the Mount Westmore with Snoop and Ice Cube and E40,
crazy.
and we just trying to we're doing this in a way where it's not just some OGs that got together and made an album.
Right.
We actually got together and formed a corporation together.
Yeah.
So under that corporation, we're gonna extend our careers in a different way that it would take place if we were by ourselves.
Right.
Like by ourselves, we can get on the show, the same show, and sell out an arena, book it through each one of our teams, pay us, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, big money, sold out arena. But damn, what if we was all, you had to call us to book us.
It's black excellence.
You can't short us that other 150,000. You know what I'm saying? We want all that shit. So
Yeah, it's like the bosses coming together, man. All
Come on,
big
man.
corporations merging together.
and
you know what I'm saying?
combine we on some Voltron shit. Basically.
Yeah,
And
word.
each of us still gets to do our individual hustles that we got going on.
That's ill.
We just, you know, we trying to shoot for what did the fucking Supremes and you know Diana Ross and fucking Temptations and fucking Smokey Robinson, they went out on the Motown Review and they was 60-something years old and did it again and did it again.
Yeah.
Shit.
That shit crazy.
So y'all doing that.
So when y'all dropping the album, that's
The volume 1 is April.
I better hurry up. Oh,
And
God.
we
I'm sure.
and by the way, everything we doing is like coinciding with like major sporting events and shit. We just keep
Can you
it.
push it back a little bit? I was dropping the album in April too. Fuck.
No, that'd be ill.
I'm gonna tell my nigga,
Onyx for life.
Push that shit.
Onyx for life.
Can we
and-
get, like,
and-
April
and
1st?
Why not? Why not the
I'm
same
trying
time?
to bust a move with
West and
LL
East.
over there at Rock the Bells and bring something to the table where we pretty much do a thing where it's about OGs who always been making music and still make music.
Right.
Because you got a crowd that's like, you might just
You know,
That's gonna be
20,000
that's
Filipinos
gonna be
in your
so
street
crazy,
crowd.
though. Just
You know what
think
I'm
about
saying?
If you go to
those
Pandora or
voices,
something and play your
all those
songs,
voices on the record.
I go to Pandora. If I go to Pandora and play Too Short, it's gonna play a bunch of old songs.
Yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker, I got new songs too.
Yeah.
Play the fucking new shit. They
Right.
don't want to put the shit in the algorithm, so
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the fuck out
Got
of here.
you. Got you.
Try and get that new shit rolling.
Got you. I see you got how many albums you got? Like about 1 million.
20.
I lost count, but I said
Yo.
20 something, 20.
I went and seen all his albums. I was like, I couldn't believe
He got a
it.
collage of his
You
album
gotta see
covers
this
over there.
shit, my dude.
He got a collage. I was
Yo.
like, what the fuck is this? And I just know. I said, these are album covers. There's like 20,
So
at least
how
20.
many songs
Oh
is
shit,
that?
we ain't getting whooped that bad. We had, how much time? A minute left. Yeah, we getting whooped that bad. 7 down with a minute left. It's
Shit, man, you got Curry. You
It's
crazy?
bad.
We about to watch this.
They got it.
Look. Now you 4
happened?
down.
Game over. We done with this.
So we're here. Let's wrap it
Let's
up,
go,
man.
man.
Rappers and ballers. Jonny Vulgar, Fredro. Thank you, Too Short. Appreciate you, King, giving us sports knowledge, hip hop knowledge. We out of here.
Rappers, ballers, rappers. She looking for the stars and the Hollywood actors. It's not a game.